on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group.
On Tuesday, with one swing of the bat, Brandon Inge became one of the many fan favorites to wear the green and gold. And his hot swing has continued this week as he has knocked in 16 runs over 5 games. His veteran presence is rubbing off on his teammates as the Athletics' batting averages are climbing as the hitting becomes contagious. Brandon would be the last to say this is all his doing, but the clubhouse seems loose, and since his arrival, the Athletics have won 6 of 10 and found their permanent third baseman for 2012. Inge and his A's continue this 4-game series with his former team, the Tigers, next. Well, we have late afternoon baseball from the O.K Coliseum. Brandon Inge and the Athletics, after a big night offensively last night, along with Josh Reddick, they're going to try to make it 2 in a row over the Tigers. Each team has won a game in this series, so it's the third of a 4-game series. It's the Oakland A's hosting the Detroit Tigers, and you'll see it right here on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Fun night last night at the ballpark. A big crowd, over 26,000. And boy, did the A's swing the bats. Right, middle of the order was just dynamite. The A's scored 11 runs.
Where do you want to start? There's so many positive things, so many home runs, so many great hits last night. But up and down the lineup, the middle part, like you said, really did a tremendous job. And Kahui started it. Opposite field double, driving in a run. He was on the bases a lot. Kahui playing first base or DHing regardless. Seth Smith, how about this double down the left field line? He also pulled the ball to right field very aggressively at the plate. He's doing the job, but there's no doubt the power was tremendous. Watching the guys hit the home runs, and just Brandon Inge, what a job he has done since last Sunday against the Tampa Bay Rays. Another 3-run home run last night, and then Josh Reddick, his first ever multi-home run ball game. This one over the right field fence. So watching these guys swing the bat, and there's no doubt after about 33 games, there's a lot of confidence with this ball club up and down the lineup. They're getting the pitching. Now they're starting to score some runs.
And the pitching matchup tonight, McCarthy and Pfister, a couple of tall, slender right-handers. And McCarthy has been bumped back. He's had 9 days rest. Pfister just off the disabled list.
They're both good. That's all you can say. They can both pitch if they're healthy. And we hope Brandon McCarthy, with the 9 days off, will come back. Doug Pfister making just his 3rd start of the season. He is also very good coming over from the Seattle Mariners. He's been great for the Tigers. But Brandon McCarthy knows his shoulder well enough, and let's hope it's well enough that he can pitch tonight and pitch well enough to get a win tonight to go in against Verlander tomorrow. So the A's playing pretty good baseball. It's a beautiful night for baseball, and we're looking forward to Game 3 of this 4-game series. So we'll have lineups and first pitch from the Coliseum when we come back. It's the A's and the Tigers on Comcast Sportsnet, California.
Fresno, California, is brought to you by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
Quickly, a fan favorite, no surprise there. Brandon Inge signing some autographs just moments ago. The A's will wear the green tops tonight. As again, 5 o'clock start, so a little bit of an odd start time. Game time weather brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 67 degrees on another nice night and a breezy night, much like it was last evening. Lineup for the visiting Detroit Tigers: Kelly, Dirks, Cabrera, Fielder, Young, Avila, Bosch, Santiago, and Worth.
And Brandon McCarthy, as we detailed, it's been a little time since his last start, but he's on the mound tonight, looking for his 3rd win of the season and some run support, which he's been given last couple of starts, making his 8th. He is making his 9th against these Tigers throughout his career, and looking for a big outing in the 3rd game of the series.
And the first pitch of the ball game to Don Kelly is a bit low, so we're underway. McCarthy against Doug Fister. Your pitching matchup for Game 3 of the 4-game series. And that one's hit toward left field. Smith gets back. He's under it, and that's out number 1. So you see Smith in left field. The rest of the A's defense looks like this. In center field, Cowgill. In right field, Reddick. Inge, Sogard, Weeks, Barton from 3rd to 1st, with Kurt Suzuki once again behind the plate. So in steps Andy Dirks. Thursday night, the Tigers won 10-6. Last night, the A's won 11-4. So we've seen quite a bit of offense in the first 2 games of this series. Andy Dirks has had a good series. His average at 381. This one looped toward left. Smith in, Sogard out, and it drops in front.
And when you're hot, that's what happens.
That's the truth. So Dirks gets his 6th hit of the series. Transaction today for the A's. Unfortunately, Yoenis Cespedes placed on the 15-day disabled list, retroactive to Monday. And Josh Donaldson just called up. Of course, Donaldson struggled here at the big league level, but he was on fire in Sacramento, swinging a very hot bat. So Donaldson back. Cespedes to the disabled list with that sore hand. So retro to Monday. So the date I heard was May 22nd when he would be eligible to come back. So the A's will do without their center fielder for a short period of time. 0-1 to Miguel Cabrera, with Prince Fielder waiting in the on-deck circle. There's a shot, right field. Reddick makes the play. Looked at first as Dirks was about 2/3 of the way to second, but Dirks gets back. Cabrera is retired.
And the way Cabrera's been hitting in this series, looks like he's just trying to see the ball, waiting a long time before he swings, and a little upset this ball didn't find the gap, but I think Josh Reddick played him perfectly in the way he has been hitting. He is going to play him to hit the ball to the opposite field. Just don't want to make a mistake and let him pull one, because he has power to go to any part of the park.
So here's Prince Fielder. A's would love to keep him quiet the rest of this series. Prince Fielder so far is 0 for 9 in the series and 0 for his last 13.
Considering the time it's going to take before the A's and Tigers meet again, Prince Fielder's got a chance to stay cool, get hot, cool off again.
Yes, a couple different times, you're right.
That would be nice if he cools off the next time the A's see him. He's too good of a hitter to keep him down very long.
The A's will go to Detroit September 18th, 19th, and 20th. So, second to the last week of the season. 2-0. Be careful here with Fielder. Takes a strike. McCarthy's last start was May 2nd. That was one of the games in Boston. So he has had 9 days since that start. He was 0-3 with a couple of no decisions his first 5 starts. Pitched well. Not everything to show for it, but he's won his last 2 starts.
And I thought Bob Melvin said it best, that you give him run support, you really see the type of pitcher he is and has been. It's always tough, and pitchers will never admit it, but it's tough to take the mound and not get a lot of run support, knowing that every pitch is critical and you need to have a little leeway, a little flexibility, knowing to make a pitch, it might not hurt you to the point of losing the game.
2-2 to fielder. Dirks the runner at first, and the pitch is close. Missed outside. A full count. So Dirks will take off.
Brandon McCarthy, a good 2-seam fastball, just a little bit off the plate. But he has different pitches that he can throw. Doesn't necessarily have to throw him a 4-seam fastball or something in the fastball category.
Runner goes, and that one's hit right off of McCarthy. Big hop near the bag, and the throw to first in time. It may have got a piece of McCarthy, and not an easy play for Sogard. It was Sogard, the shortstop. But the out is recorded at first, and the Tigers do not score. Let's check out the A's lineup. We got to look at that last play. There was a lot more to that play than we originally saw. Weeks, Barton, Reddick, Gomes, Smith, Inge, Suzuki, Sogard, Cowgill.
What are we going to look at?
In a minute.
Okay.
So here's Weeks leading it off against Doug Fister. So Fister, first pitch, a strike, 2 Weeks, hitting 192 with a couple of home runs and 5 RBIs. 1 for 8 in the series for Weeks.
It's amazing. You watch Fister wind up. You think of McCarthy, put them side by side, are almost identical, and their wind up, their height, kind of everything about them, the way they set.
There's a shot, base hit center field for Jamal Weeks.
Doug Fister last year, a big trade as he was acquired by the Tigers from the Seattle Mariners and really helped them down the stretch and did a good job. But this year, injured. So he made a start on the 7th of April, went on the disabled list, made another start on May the 7th, and then started tonight. So his numbers for 2 starts. But he likes his fastball and he likes his changeup, 2 of his dominant pitches. Local guys still remember Smith, the Mariners, a whole bunch of guys.
Yeah.
Right field bullpen area.
Big fist on their t-shirts.
And placards with fists.
from Merced, California, went to Fresno State. 6'8", 200 pounds, 28-year-old right-hander.
You think of the pitching that the Mariners have traded in the offseason. Of course, Pfister last year. Still have a good pitching staff.
Tough sun, but Bosch hangs in there. He's got it. So that's out number one. Barton hit it well. The defense for the Tigers.
Batting in the third position, right fielder.
Dirks, Kelly, and Bosch in the outfield. Cabrera, Santiago, Worth, and fielder on the infield with Avila doing the catching.
The manager, Jim Leland. Son Patrick's in the minor league system for the Tigers. The catcher. Of course, Jim was a catcher in his playing years. Very proud father of his son who's playing professional baseball. Manager of the year 3 times. That's pretty good.
1-0 to Reddick. Weeks danced off, and he got a great jump.
If
he didn't go.
Great jump if it continues. The edging, it starts and stops, and Reddick, fortunately, as a left-handed hitter, not really bothered by Jamal Weeks. I don't know if he could look over his shoulder and see him dancing, but second base is where it's an issue for a hitter when he sees a runner at second dancing back and forth, not know if he's going to run or not.
But I would imagine a right-handed hitter can definitely see the runner at first dancing around.
Yeah, if there's a right-handed hitter and Jamal took off, the hitter would have frozen. As it turned out, Reddick fouled the ball off, but you figure if he's going to run, you're going to stop. You're not going to swing. Maybe even fake a bunt to try to distract the catcher. There's a quick pitch.
Yep.
Didn't even stop.
Jamal Weeks 9 for 11 in steal attempts so far this year. Ray, you mentioned that trade when the Tigers acquired Pfister. He was really turned out to be very good for the Tigers. They acquired Pfister and David Pauly from Seattle in exchange for Charlie Furbush. We've seen a little bit of Furbush, left-handed pitcher. Francisco Martinez, Casper Wells, and a player to be named later who ended up being Chance Ruffin. Right now, that's a one-sided deal in favor of the Tigers. Reddick, line drive, base hit, right field. Weeks digging around second. He'll go to third, and the A's have first and third with 1 out.
Josh Reddick, of course, last night a couple of home runs tonight. First at bat, 3-1 count. And you saw Dirks dump one into left field. And well, when you're hitting as well as Dirks for the Tigers and Reddick for the Athletics, you get the count in your favor. You get a 3-1 fastball, and it's another line drive base hit. That's just working the count, and great base running by Jamal Weeks. He saw the right field and really didn't have to pick up Mike Gallego except to see if he needed him to slide, which he did not.
So Gomes will try to get the A's on the board here in the first.
It's really fun watching Jamal Weeks run.
Head down, and he just goes.
I mean, especially somebody who's not ever been able to run fast, and you watch somebody like that, you're so envious.
Gomes, 5 homers, 11 RBIs.
Big league block by all-star catcher Alex Avila. That was kind of an emergency backhand. Ball in the dirt, but very athletic behind the plate and had to go to his right with a backhand like an infielder. A lot of times you don't expect your pitcher to throw a ball that badly.
Probably don't have a choice but the backhand.
Exactly, and you get kind of in that frame of mind and say, okay, this guy's a big league pitcher. He's around the plate, and all of a sudden then he throws a hard sinker, it bounces it.
Well, I've asked you that about blocking, and you've said it's all about anticipation, but
yeah. Well, for the breaking ball,
yeah.
Curveball, you can anticipate that it might be in the dirt. but a hard sinker. I mean, you want it to be down low, but then it takes that nosedive right at the last instant. It is an emergency just to try to catch it, block it, do something.
So 2-2 the count. He's come in a game over 500 at 17 and 16. 8 and 9 at home. 9 and 7 on the road. Tonight, tomorrow, and that will wrap up the 6-game homestand. He's 2-2 on the homestand so far.
But Johnny Gomes, or any hitter right now with Pfister, because he's alternating his move to the plate, his delivery. You really have to be ready, just because he's quick pitching. Sometimes he'll set longer, but other times he'll come and hardly stop at all, which means he's unloading quickly.
And there's a base hit left field. Weeks trots home, and the A's lead 1-0. So Johnny Gomes in the cleanup spot gets the RBI single.
You want to see a great job of hitting. Check the hands of Johnny Gomes, especially with a fastball in by Pfister. Avila in. Watch how quickly he just turned. That's a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Maybe off the plate. Watch the hands come in. Gets the head of the bat right in the proper location, and with his strength, just blisters the ball in left field. But that is a great job. Reddick with his base hit, and then Gomes backed it up.
So Gomes with RBI number 12, and here's another hot hitter in Seth Smith. Smith pops it up. Cabrera, the third baseman, is under it, and he's got it for out number 2. So everybody is in the sunshine with this 5:05 start time.
Third baseman,
but the shadows
7,
will start coming into play. Well, maybe another 45 minutes or so, and then you may have an issue or two. But you've said, Ray, that this is one of the more difficult sun fields in baseball.
Well, Brandon Bosch right now, Brendan Bosch is dealing with it in right field, but tomorrow afternoon, day game, it'll be more left field and center field. But with the sun setting to our left and behind third base, over that, Bosch will have the sun longer than anybody. And that first line drive that Barton hit, he had a tough time picking it up.
Inge does not swing, says Laz Diaz. 1-1 the count. What a stretch for Brandon Inge. Leads the American League in RBIs with 17. 16 have come in the last 5 days. And he's having fun.
Oh, he's having a lot of fun. This was last night. Thing is, they're not cheap either. I mean, they're not ones that are just going over the fence. They're going into the bleachers and the seats.
Right field, left field.
Oh, he crushed it. I mean, the hardest one he's hit probably was in Tampa last Sunday. It's a 3-run home run off Matt Moore, and it was one that he just put his head down as soon as he hit it.
3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. So now full count.
There's the changeup. That's the good changeup from the right-hander, and watch him swing. He's geared fastball. This is a swing all out for the hitter, and pull the string on him. And boy, this is where you put the second thoughts in a hitter's mind. He just pulled the string 3-1. Does he do it again, or is he going to give me the fastball?
Reddick and Gomes take off, and that one is outside. Another walk.
Another.
So how great has the last 6 days actually is what it has been for Brandon Inge. 4 RBIs in 4 of the last 5 games. Only other player in majors with anything like that in a 5-game span, Lou Gehrig in 1931. That is awesome.
Black and white. That's how long it goes back. Photo and black and white. Couldn't find one of the Iron Horse in color, I bet. But you got the alternate gold jerseys of the Athletics and Brandon Inge.
I would say that's good company, but that would be major understatement. If it's just you and Lou Gehrig and that's it. I mean, it's not even a list. It's just you and the Iron Horse.
It'd be nice if we get an autographed baseball with both of them on the baseball. Yeah,
if you can do that. 1-1 now to Kurt Suzuki. So a run in and pretty good opportunity here for the Athletics. A's now have 25 hits so far in this series, and this is the first inning of Game 3. Missed again, 2-1. So Pfister in a jam here in the very first inning. It all started with a weak single, and he ended up scoring. Kurt bounces one toward Cabrera at third. He'll go to second in time. Side retired. So the A's get a run and they leave them loaded. So after one from the O.co Coliseum, 1-0 Athletics.
Shortstop tonight, but watch this ball. Prince Fielder off Brandon McCarthy. It's off him. It goes up in the air, off the runner, Dirks. Hits him on the backside, and Eric Sogard hits the carom off of Dirks. Watch this. Right there, and Sogi makes the adjustment, bare hands it actually, and throws out the Prince. And a nice 1-6-3 with an assist to Dirks.
Wow. So we did not give, or I should say I did not give that play its just due. It hit the pitcher, hit the runner.
It was the end of the inning.
He barehanded it, blocked by the runner, and threw the guy out. Nice play by Eric Sogard.
We'll be back right after this. I mean, that's... At the top of the first, the A's saw 27 pitches and sent 7 batters to the plate.
First pitch to Delman Young is a strike. Okay, so what about the rule then, Ray, where if a batted ball hits a runner,
runner's out.
Runner's out.
That's a base hit.
But not on that play because
2 things.
All right.
Over to Dave Feldman, who we referred to. He said if it hits in this case, Brandon McCarthy, that negates any possibility. Then the runner Dirks was standing on the bag, so that was a dead issue. Didn't affect him as well. So it was nice that the A's got the out. Very difficult as it was, but they did get it. I said Dave is down in the truck. We could defer to him between innings.
So if the runner's on base, then it doesn't matter if he hits him or not. 1-2 to Young. Swinging and a miss. Struck him out for a strikeout for McCarthy.
Had a good fastball, and this might be Doug Fister. No, it's McCarthy. They are similar in the windups, and I'm sure before very long we're going to see a split screen of the two pitchers tonight pitching out of the windup side by side.
They're working on it as we speak, I'm sure.
I'm sure. It's so good. They're just unbelievable, the things they come up with.
Alex Avila, 259.
His name was originally Avila.
Yeah.
But I think his dad, who's in the front office, assistant to David Dombrowski. I think his was Avila, but it was too difficult, so I said, just call me Avila. Now, Bobby Avila, great player with the Cleveland Indians. Really, all he wants to be called is a big league all-star. Yeah. He's exactly that. An excellent catcher. Yeah, he's got a little tough go because there's so many some very good catchers, young catchers in the American League. Matt Wieters won the Gold Glove his first year with the Orioles, and Avila very good. He was an all-star, good hitter.
Seth Smith coming in. He's got it for out number 2. So that'll bring up Brennan Bosch. Avila. Tigers are glad they got him.
Yeah. Right fielder, number 26, Brennan Bosch.
A young everyday catcher who's an all-star. Those are hard to find. Here's Bosch hitting in the 7th spot for the Tigers. And there's a shot into right field, and that's a base hit. So Bosch does not wait around. He goes after the first pitch, and he has a 2-out single.
It's a good young hitter, and he stays healthy. That was not the case towards the end of last year, but boy, just watching his swing, it's a good one from the left side.
Strong.
Very strong. Mike's coming back to the area because, of course, going to Cal. And a lot of fond memories, but he's enjoying playing for the Tigers now in Motor City.
Diago rolls one foul, so he goes after the first pitch, just like Bosch did.
We talked about in this series, the Tigers really not a running team. They don't run a lot, which helps pitcher to catcher. You can really not have to pay that much attention. Sure, you might throw over occasionally, might be a hit and run, but just not a lot of speed on the team. You have to worry about it. And there he goes, just as we speak.
Strike called. Suzuki's throw is just a bit late. Bosch with a head first slide gets in there.
Well, the element of surprise because they just do not have the numbers, but Brennan Bosch got a good jump and able to get in with a head first slide. See the strong throw by Kurt Suzuki. If it's to the second base or the first base side of the bag instead of to the third base side, probably out, but see if he gets his hand. Oh man, that's ultra mo. He's out.
Wow, he was out.
Watch the hand going in. Sogard with a quick tag. Umpire, where was he? Probably behind where he saw the tag maybe higher, but did not see that the hand was not on the bag yet. He's got to put that ultra mo on the forehead of the second base umpire so he can slow everything down.
Strike 3 called. So McCarthy strikes out Santiago. Runner left in scoring position. Bottom of the second. Coming up 1-0 Athletics.
Favorite storyteller takes on America's favorite pastime. A surprising and moving novel for fathers and sons, forgiveness and redemption set in the world of Major League Baseball. Win a copy of John Grisham's latest novel, Calico Joe, which is available right now. So, Cara, is it true that you went to school with John Grisham?
Where you're getting your facts, but what I do know is fact is that the Kareem family here from Sacramento is having a great time at the A's game, right, Charles?
Yes, we are.
Fantastic. They're already holding copies of Calico Joe, but they have the chance to win the pennant and a John Grisham autographed baseball that Johnny's holding over here. It's Charles can get my question correct. You ready for this?
I am ready.
All right, in his last 5 games, Brandon Inge had 4 games in which he had 4 RBI. Who was the last player in Major League history to
Natural cut sea salt fries loaded with pita chili and gooey cheese sauce.
What kind?
Gooey.
Good. Sounds good. Maybe Chef Rodney will bring us some.
Who?
That's what I've been saying. I got word out to Chef Rodney. So one of Steve Vucinich.
Ball hanging up, and Kelly runs it down. Thought that was a base hit for sure.
I saw one of Chef Rodney's workers taking some food in the clubhouse. Brian Davis had it taken in, and good swing, and it's amazing how the ball is hanging up, and that hung up enough time for Kelly to get to it. But I said to the gentleman, I said, you know, Chef Rodney? He said, yeah. And I said, tell the good chef that I remember what he said, but I haven't gotten anything yet. Just simply say that. We'll see what happens. I said, you have tonight and tomorrow.
Pressure's on.
That's right.
Colin Cowgill steps in.
Brady's been asking for some of those sliders.
Yeah, sliders were a big hit last year up here in the booth. Cowgill 1 for 4 last night. On the season, 1 for 8.
And he should get an opportunity to play quite a bit in center field with Cespedes on the day's table list until the 22nd. He is a natural center fielder. I think what the A's have seen, even though Josh Reddick told us last night that he's comfortable in center field, he just had not played there enough to feel real comfortable. But definitely doing a good job for the A's in right field, especially with his strong arm. If it makes him feel better to be there where he can just think about swinging the bat, then let him do it, because he is very hot swinging the bat.
Full count to Cowgill. And that pitch is outside. So second walk issued by Pfister. Cowgill's aboard.
And with Cowgill hitting in the ninth spot and back to the top of the order with Wicks, you have the speed 9-1. So Cowgill last night stole with 2 outs and a couple of strikes on the hitter. And they were saying afterwards that, you know, at first base, even now there's a huge hole with the left-handed hitter. But with the speed that he has, if he get a good jump, especially the high leg kick from Pfister, might be an opportunity to test the strong arm of Alex Avila.
Weeks shows bunt and takes a ball. The A's made Pfister throw a whole bunch of pitches in that first inning. Cabrera step in on the grass, and pitch 2 is outside. 2-0. Cowgill in AAA was 4 for 4 in steal attempts in 19 games. Saw that hat that young lady had on. That's the giveaway tonight. Kid's hat.
It's nice looking, but it's good.
It is.
It's nice. Dallas Braden couldn't wear it because the bills rolled too much. Got to have a flat bill.
2-1 to Weeks. Swing and a miss. Pfister stays with that changeup.
His nephew could have hit that.
Well, last night it was the very nice fleece blanket. Over 26,000 fans showed up. It was a good crowd. They were having a good time. I saw a terrific game. Lots of hitting, especially from the Athletics. Not quite that many tonight, but a decent crowd.
Well, maybe some of the fans are late arriving because of the movie after the game. Maybe they just come halfway through the game and know that they're going to stick around afterwards. And that's the blanket giveaway from last night. The fleece. Swinging A's. Fleece blanket.
2-2 pitch and check swing. Rolls toward the A's dugout. So with 2 strikes, Cabrera is back on the infield dirt at third. Cowgill has a good lead at first. He's not running, and the pitch is inside. So full count, 1 out. We'll see if Cowgill goes now.
The thing about Jamal Weeks, he is more of an opposite field hitter, and even though the hole is big between first and second, it's not like he's going to pull a pitch in that direction right now, but he has to be concerned about the 3-2 changeup. And this is more of a run and hit. Doesn't have to swing.
And it's bounced into right field. A base hit, perfectly placed. Cowgill races around to third. And the A's again, first and third, 1 out. Let's make sure Jamal Weeks is okay. If we can get a look at Weeks as he's walking slow away from first base, so he's going to get checked out.
I didn't see. Did you see where it happened? Or
I saw him get to first, and he just did not look right. Pennington quickly out of the dugout, starting to loosen up.
he didn't want the night off anyway, but Jamal Weeks able to turn on the ball. And that's what it did right there. As he ran out of the box. Maybe his ankle. Rolled his left ankle. Yeah. Wow. Pitch was up, and it did a great job because he knew the hole was between first and second. And he got the 89-mile-an-hour fastball from Pfister and able to pull it into the hole for a first and third, 1 out.
Jamal looked like he tightened those shoelaces a little bit.
Nick might wrap it after the inning or once Jamal gets back in the dugout. But right now, tightened it up. But he's feeling it.
Too many injuries in baseball this year. Everybody has guys going down. So Barton steps in.
With 2 innings, 2 hits for Jamal Weeks. The last thing he wants to think about is coming out of the game.
Barton takes a bit outside. So 1-0 to Barton, ahead in the count. Swing and a miss. Pfister with the change, and that's a good one.
Yeah, he's going for the strikeout here. It's a pitch that, or an at bat that he knows. Sure, he might get a ground ball, get a double play. That's what he's hoping for. But also, if he takes care of the hitter himself, doesn't have to worry about the runner at third, 1 out.
There's a liner, just foul. Barton got out in front of that one. 1-2 the count. Cowgill at third, Weeks at first.
But for Jamal Weeks, his speed is his game. And you start messing around and giving an injury to the lower extremities, especially the ankles.
Swing and a miss on 1-2, so Barton strikes out. So Barton can't get the job done, and that's second out.
He went to the curveball and just opened up a little bit too much.
Now batting, right fielder.
So first strikeout for Pfister, and it comes at a good time for him. So Reddick will try to come through with the 2-out hit. Reddick singled in the first inning. He is 7 for 10 in this series. A breaking ball, and it's 0-2.
Well, he's going to the curveball now, which is a pretty good one, although this one out of the strike zone. Josh Reddick has done a good job hitting various curveballs from different pitchers, getting his 8 home runs. I want to say about 6, at least 5 maybe have come on the curveball.
And he gets Reddick, so a pretty nice job of pitching by Pfister. Strikes out Barton and Reddick with runners at first and third. A's do not score.
Your school, religious organization, youth sports team, or nonprofit company, the A's have a great fundraising option for you. When you participate in the 50-50 fundraising program, 50% of each ticket sold will go back to your organization. For more information, call 510-638-GO-A's or visit oaklandathletics.com/fundraising. And if you need some extra time, the player wants to get his ankle wrapped, you're going to get some time. That seems like that is what is happening. Plate umpire Tim Walke got word from Bob Melvin. Walke just now told Jim Leland, and we saw Jamal Weeks go with Nick Paparisa, the head athletic trainer for the Athletics, and probably getting a take job. Nick is back and getting something for his left ankle.
And Weeks is now trotting out toward the dugout, and there he is. This is what happened on his swing. Watch his left ankle, the back ankle.
3-2, base hit. He stepped and just rolled it and didn't make it to first. And then, I mean, for him to jog that way, you know something's wrong. Of course, obviously, it turned his ankle, but seems to be running a lot better going out to his position.
So Weeks is ready, so is McCarthy, and Danny Worth steps in. A's with a 1-0 lead. It's the top of the third.
Second baseman, number 29, Danny Worth.
Worth hitting .214, does not have a home run or an RBI. We've seen Worth, we've seen Rayburn at second base. Second base has been kind of a, what do you want to call it?
Revolving door.
Yeah, that's what I needed right there.
Or maybe Dick McAuliffe.
For a while. Remember last year, beginning of the year, spring training, beginning of the year, Scott Sizemore.
That's right.
Tigers thought that he was going to be the answer, and he struggled and ended up getting traded to the Athletics. But it's been, I don't know how long, I don't know how far you go back. Tigers have not had really a regular productive second baseman for a while.
Bill Whitaker was pretty good.
He was good.
19 seasons. I mean, they got spoiled. 19 seasons with he and Alan Trammell's a double play combination. Sweet Lou and Alan Trammell, who's now with his good friend Kirk Gibson with the Diamondbacks.
The 2-2 the count to Danny Worth. He'll be followed by Don Kelly and then Andy Dirks.
Here come the shadows. They will approach third base line and then start heading towards right field.
And a good overhand curveball. Worth watches it. And that's a strikeout.
A great selection of pitches by Brandon McCarthy. And well, there is the old Uncle Charlie. And throw that plus a two-seam fastball. And a lot of times you'll get that. Just, okay, thank you. Tip your hat. Nice pitch. And back to the dugout. What he's done this season. Fastball cutter 78% of the time.
Facing the top of the order in Kelly. A lot of cutters, but it's a great pitch for him. So Ray, it's really just been a couple of years. It was really a good 4-year run by Polanco, but since Polanco left as a free agent, they have not been able to fill the void.
Now he's playing third. He's playing Phillies. Probably prevented Mark Ellis from winning a couple of Gold Gloves. Ellie is fighting him. I think he went an entire season without making an error.
Probably cost Ellie one for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe. Swing and a miss. 2-2 to Kelly, who hit a fly ball to left field in the first inning. Spins that curveball, misses 3-2.
They tried Carlos Guillen second base too.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Yeah, shortstop, second, third, first. Retired.
Little flare to left, and it's going to drop for a hit. So that's the third hit for the Tigers off McCarthy, and that'll bring up Andy Dirks. Now in its 6th season, the Comcast Sportsnet All-Star Teacher Program recognizes Bay Area teachers that make a difference. Visit csncalifornia.com and vote for the 2012 All-Star Teacher. Check out the finalist bios and video features. The winning teacher receives $20,000 for his or her school. So a one-out single by Kelly brings up Dirks with Cabrera in the on-deck circle. Dirks has just been a thorn in the side in this series for the A's. He is 6 for 8. pitch a strike. Stretch that out a little bit. He's got 14 hits in his last 25 at bats. That's how you get in the lineup every day, and as of late, Jim Leyland's been putting Dirks in there. Outfield shaded toward left center. Big gap in right center. And that one's headed that way. Reddick gets over there, though, and he makes the catch. Another well-hit ball by Dirks, but luckily Reddick got a good jump.
That made up for the flare to left field in his first at bat. Hit a ball this hard, you figure it's got to be extra bases, but good two-seam action. The fastball sinking away from the left-hander, and Josh Reddick, as with Cabrera, is playing him perfectly. Speaking of Cabrera, I saw him yesterday in the clubhouse. I said, man, you could hit. And he pointed to Dirks. He said, no, he can. Yeah. That's quite a compliment coming from one of the best hitters in the game to mention that about Dirks. This guy can hit, always could, always will.
Good swing there, fouls it straight back.
It's the first swing in this series we've seen that looked like he's trying to hit a home run. I mean, that was just a solid swing. It wasn't a stay inside, shoot the right field base hit.
Well, he's got 5 RBIs in the series. That one runs inside, and a swing, says Laz Diaz. Cabrera's arguing with Diaz, but you don't see that very often. He waves his hand at him in disbelief.
Well, you check it out. See, his body rolled, the bat followed, but that's not a swing. I'm sorry. That's not a swing. I mean, your body and you're trying to avoid being hit.
And McCarthy will take it. He's ahead 0-2 on Cabrera. Kelly inches off at first. Goes that time. It's a foul tip. Suzuki holds on, and that's how the inning comes to an end. Cabrera will not be thrilled with that at bat. So a couple of strikeouts for Brandon McCarthy. Bottom of the third coming up.
Chance to earn 2 free tickets to an A's game with the A's Science of the Game program. For more information, click on community at oaklandathletics.com. Can't wait to find out what Science of the Game is. Well, that's something new and good, and should be very interesting.
First pitch to Johnny Gomes is a bit low. Gomes, Smith, and Inge, bottom of the third. Miguel Cabrera, the third baseman. We figured he wouldn't be happy with that last at bat, and he's not.
But he's a third baseman. He walked down towards first base in between innings. As Diaz, the first base umpire, called the check swing. Went over to second base, talked to Mike Evans. So Miggy had to walk down and then all around to get back to third base. But he is, well, he is bunt.
So the third base umpire, Paul Schreiber's probably going, wow, this guy's really mad. Mike Gallegos can hear everything being said, I'm sure. Gomes with an RBI single in the first. That's the only run in the game so far. Single to left field, with runners at first and third and 1 out. Shallow left field. Dirks coming in, and he is there to make the catch. So that's out number 1 here in the third.
Now batting, left fielder, number 15, Seth Smith.
So Pfister will face Seth Smith. Pfister even this is setup a little bit like McCarthy.
Yeah. I think probably by another half inning we'll have a side by side. Split screen.
Oh yeah. Well, Pfister is interesting. Last year with Seattle, he was pitching very well. He didn't have anything to show for it. He was 3-12.
Just a 0-run support.
Yeah.
Nothing. So
he gets traded to Detroit. And it's kind of voila, run support. He goes 8-1 with a 1.79 ERA, and he's the pitcher of the month of September in the American League. He was sensational down the stretch. So run support may have turned his career around. But we saw him with Seattle a couple times last year, and he always pitches pretty well against the Athletics. I think the Tigers knew they were getting a decent pitcher, but I don't think they were expecting a 1.79 ERA. Good pitch there. Little tail. It's the fastball on the inside corner. So that's strikeout number 3. True story brought to you by McDonald's. June 6th through the 12th, 2004. Damian Miller knocks in 16 runs, and he does it in a 5-game stretch. He's the last guy to do it before Brandon Inge this week. Again, that was 2004, middle of June. Damian Miller had a stretch to remember. He was only with the A's for 1 year, was he not, Damian Miller?
You remember that?
I remember him. He was a Diamondback for a while. Oh, 0-1 to Brandon Inge. Inge walked in the first inning, one of 2 walks issued by Pfister.
The A's had him on the ropes. They scored a run, but ended up leaving the bases loaded through 27 pitches. He's been much better since then, especially 2 strikeouts last inning with runners at first and third, just 1 out.
Almost hit Inge. Pulls his hands back. High changeup. Inge rolls foul. Could you be hotter than Josh Hamilton?
Another one today.
Last 5 games, Inge has more RBIs than Hamilton.
He hit 2 grand slams and
liner, and the left fielder Dirks
even his outs are hard.
Makes the catch. Side retired. So 5 in a row retired by Doug Pfister. And we're on to the 4th of the fielder, Young and Avila. AT&T. There have been 5 players in Major League Baseball history to play for at least 12 teams, and 3 played for the Oakland A's. Who are they? Prince Fielder leading it off, top of the 4th inning. A's with a 1-0 lead. A's scored in the bottom of the 1st. And McCarthy has allowed 3 hits. He has not walked anybody, and he has struck out 4.
And it looks like the curveball might be his best pitch tonight. Curveball and the cut fastball. 2 seamers working, but this is a case where a catcher pitcher start working together. You take the best pitch and you go with it. Back-to-back curveballs.
Fielder grounded out to short in the 1st inning. That was that crazy play where the ball hit McCarthy and then hit the runner. And the runner was standing on second base. Sogard made the play. Pop up, shallow left. Not an easy play, but Smith is going to get there. And he's got it.
See, with his sun field being more in right field, this is great for Seth Smith. The wind blowing a little bit, kind of swirling in the outfield, but as far as the sun, it's not an issue.
Number 21.
So able to get good jumps on fly balls hit his direction.
So Delman Young steps in. Young struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Swings and misses, 0-1 the count. Young is 3 for 10 in the series. Goes around again, 0-2. It looks like he's just figured, I'm going to swing at everything.
Well, he had a big night on Thursday with that big inning, the 3rd inning. A big hit. He was swinging early in that game as well, early and often.
McCarthy goes outside and misses, so 1-2 the count. 48 pitches so far for McCarthy. And he swings and misses at another pitch out of the strike zone. McCarthy gets his 5th strikeout.
Another good curveball, and you might as well keep throwing it. He is, and in the case of Delman Young, who's very aggressive, he throws it out of the strike zone, and it was not even close to making contact.
Now batting, number 13, Alex Avila.
So Avila hits. Hit a fly ball to left field in the 2nd inning. First pitch is low. So 5 strikeouts already for McCarthy. As I look at his other starts, that's a season high, and it's only the 4th inning.
Not surprisable to have 9 days in between starts, but it's worked out well for him because he's pitching very well. It's very encouraging to see him throwing as well as he has so far in this game.
Misses low, 2-1. And certainly anytime a pitcher has a start move back, 9 days between starts, you're going to be a little bit concerned. Hope he comes through it fine. Broken bat over the mound. Sogard charges, throws in time. 3 up, 3 down inning for Brandon McCarthy. He's retired 5 in a row. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's a 1-0 A's lead. in Major League Baseball history to play for at least 12 teams. 3 played for the A's. Who are they? David Dotel, Matt Stairs, and Mike Morgan. So Dotel now on top of that list. 13 different teams he has played with. And there they are. Mets, Astros, A's, Yankees, Royals, Braves, White Sox, Pirates, Dodgers, Rockies, Jays, Cardinals, and now the Tigers. Got a World Series last year, did Dotel. First pitch to Kurt Suzuki is a sinker down and in. Kurt bounced out to third to end the first inning. That came with the bases loaded. But Kurt won for his last 14, and it just makes you wonder if that hand is bothering him. It's got to be somewhat. Yeah. It's his hand he catches with, so it would be the left hand, which is the bottom hand of the bat.
But unfortunately, there are things that happen when you're either swinging the bat or catching the ball. You know that certain way it's going to affect when he feels it. And it's remarkable that he's, he wants to play, and that 1 for 14 kind of coincides with the time he started in Boston. And before that, because he's caught almost every day. It happened with Buckholz in Boston, and of course, got a hit again, then a backswing by Jose Bautista.
This one dribbled down the third base line. Cabrera picks it up. His throw not in time, and Suzuki is going to have an infield hit.
In watching Fielder at first base, it did not look like the throw was that far offline, yet Prince Fielder came off the bat and took the throw. Kurt Suzuki with Cabrera playing back. Nice play by Cabrera, but the throw, you see Fielder at first base seemed to have just come off, thinking that maybe the throw's offline. Meanwhile, if he stretches, looked like he might have had a chance to get Suzuki. He's up the line too far. He didn't want to stick his arm out. Not a bad move.
So Suzuki's aboard. Here's Sogard, who dribbles one foul.
Cabrera told Jim Leland he wanted to play third.
Well, there's so much talk about it in the offseason after they signed for it. Will he be able to do it? Now, we've only seen him in 3 games, but he looks fine over there.
Well, I thought it was interesting when I asked Jim Leland about it. He said that, first of all, Cabrera had been telling him he wanted to play third. That's where he was with Florida before he got traded and became a first baseman in Detroit. So when Victor Martinez got hurt, they were thinking about Prince Fielder. And so Jim Leland said he's got to be called. He's got to call Cabrera because he's the guy that has to make the move. And said he called him. Took about 2 seconds. He said, I'll play third. Time Prince. So they were able to make the move. As Pfister again, that two-seam fastball starts inside, freezes the hitter, and comes back over the plate. And that's worked very well for Pfister tonight.
Strikeout number 4, and here's Cowgill.
Again, Mike Yelich, the owner, we give him a lot of credit because he had to sign off on a huge, huge deal. Over $200 million for 9 years, 10 years, 9 years, I think.
9 years. And for it all to work long term, Cabrera has to be able to play third because Martinez is a designated hitter. Fielder's not playing anywhere else. You got an all-star catcher in Avila.
And Victor not going to be catching that much anyway.
No.
I mean, he's more of a hitter.
Yeah, he's pretty much your built-in DH for a couple more years when he comes back.
And plus, if he was going to catch a lot, Red Sox would have opened the bank, the vault, and said, what do you want? Because he had got traded to Boston, had good years there, but he's a pure hitter. There's no doubt. Switch hitter. Definitely between what Miguel Cabrera can do and Victor Martinez when he's lined up. Of course, now Prince Fielder, they're RBI machines. Victor especially. Because he was the protection for Cabrera last year.
Suzuki with his lead. And the 1-2 pitch. There's that big breaking ball. Cowgill lays off. It's outside. 2-2 the count. shadow right over the pitcher's mound now. Dribbled out in front. Pfister off the mound, throws in time to get Cowgill. Suzuki does get into scoring position. 2 outs.
Your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Athletics.
Hicks is out.
Batting for Weeks, number 2.
Cowgill running hard down the line, but good fielding job by the tall right-handed pitcher Pfister.
So indeed, Pennington to pinch hit here in the 4th.
Put him back to natural position, and that's what Sogard can do so well. He can move around all the infield positions.
In the dirt, blocked by Navila.
Pennington didn't want the night off anyway.
No.
I mean, he didn't want to come in the game under the circumstances. But Jamal on a 3-2, unfortunately, just rolled his ankle, his left ankle, as he pushed out from the plate to try to take off, and when he rolled it, went back out to play defense. There's Pennington, and not a bad idea to get some work done on it.
1-1 to Pennington, who is 1 for 7 in the series. 4 hits in his last 24 at bats. Outfield straight away, a couple steps in. They'd like to have a shot at Suzuki if there's a hit to the outfield.
Kurt Suzuki does not run like a catcher. He's got the legs that he might not be fast. He's a smart base runner, but he still has the legs catching as much as he does to be able to run fast enough to be able to score. And you combine that with his baseball knowledge and getting a good jump with 2 outs at second base. He knows he can get a huge lead and a big jump on a ball hit anyway.
2-2 pitch to Pennington. There's that big curveball, and Pennington goes around. Avila will flip it to first. Side retired. So the A's strand another runner. They've stranded 6 through the first 4 innings. 1-0 Athletics after 4. Live. Follow the game action, join the social scene, and get up to date with the Athletics. Athletics in-game live, only CSNCalifornia.com, your interactive mobile leader for A's baseball all season long. Top of the 5th inning. Cliff Pennington stays in the game at short. Sogard slides over to second. Weeks is out of the game.
For the Tigers, number 26.
And Brennan Bosch to lead it off against McCarthy. Bosch, Santiago, and Worth, the bottom 3 in the order. Bosch had a base hit, stole the base. That was in the second inning. He ended up being stranded at second. McCarthy has allowed 3 hits. He struck out 5 so far.
Got his run support tonight. Literally a run support.
Go get him. Bosch slices one toward the bullpen. Foul. Everybody gets out of the way. Two pitch to big Brennan Bosch. He hits one into left field, a base hit. This went the other way. And Bosch 2 for 2. Here's our Subway Eat Fresh Ask Glenn and Ray question. Willie from Sacramento asks, what kind of impact does a veteran have on a clubhouse like Brandon Inge has had on the A's? And Ray, who was your biggest veteran influence when you were a young player? Good question.
I don't remember when I was a young player.
Sure you.
But I will say that a veteran can have an influence on the clubhouse. And Brandon Inge, even though he's been with the club just a couple of weeks, he has had already, forget about his offense and what he's done swinging the bat. But because the players who have been in the big leagues know him from his days with the Tigers, know the type of player he has always been, and now he's all of a sudden with them. But he's not really that vocal, and you know, a guy can have a big influence on a team of players without being very vocal. Just the way he kind of plays the game, plays it the right way, and guys watch him. And I know Jamal Weeks was talking about just guys running the bases.
And that hit Santiago. He was going to bunt, and the ball came way in on him. He just could not get out of the way.
Well, unfortunately, the ball, as he squared around, I think Bob Mellon might have been questioning where his was positioned at home plate whenever that happened. See his left foot move, and that's the left foot that got it, his left shin.
Now batting, number 29.
He's kind of behind the plate, but not on the plate. The ball came into him.
So 2 on and nobody out. Danny Worth. Well, maybe a possible bunt situation for Worth. We'll see. Top of the order, and Don Kelly will be next. Corner infielders in, and the ball's popped up. Barton lets it drop, and it goes foul.
He was going to go for the double play. He was going to let the ball drop and go for the double play, but unfortunately it was close to the line, and even more unfortunately it had terrible spin that took it into foul territory. Good idea, but a bad result, unfortunately. Because the hitter was upset. Everybody's holding their position, so he's hoping to drop, pick it up, but the backspin took it into foul territory, and at that point,
so it goes as a foul ball, 0-1. Bunting again, and this one's foul, so it's 0-2.
You know, you've heard me say that about guys letting the ball. That's why they don't do it, because the spin of the baseball, you just don't know how it's going to land and what it's going to do. And that was very close to the foul line, so that was a very tough play to even think about doing that. That had to be more towards the pitcher.
Just the spot on the field where the ball landed. That may be why it's not a good idea to do it.
Exactly.
You've talked about it when it's maybe to a middle infielder or something like that.
Or even a bunt that's closer, at least towards away from the foul line. But that, it's just one that you just had a feeling the ball was going to bounce the way it did, spin.
Dribbled down the third base line. McCarthy bare hands. His throw is just in time. So when it's all said and done, Worth does his job. Does it with a little ground out. And McCarthy has to make that play clean.
And he had to make a very good play. Otherwise, he's going to get a base hit. But a swing and bunt, that's what they call it. And McCarthy all the way, stretched to first base by Barton, keeping his foot on the bat.
So second and third, one out. And this is Don Kelly. Big overhand curve and a good pitch. Corner infielders are in, not all the way in, but inches even with the bat. Swing and a miss. 0-2. That one looked like it just took off.
That's exactly what it did. Started it was supposed to be inside, but ran way outside unintentionally.
So the 0-2 pitch. Fisted foul right over the top of the A's dugout. Good battle here. McCarthy and Kelly with Dirks in the on deck circle. Got him swinging. So Kelly cannot come through. Sixth strikeout for McCarthy.
By the cut fastball inside, he ran the two-seamer away for a strike, then goes inside with a cutter and just tied him up. Bell tied too close to take, and Kelly no contact, and A's infield had played back, conceding the run. Now they can stay back and hope for a ground ball to get out of the inning.
As it'll be Dirks.
Look at the location, great location inside. Had this plate. The height was there. Everything worked well, especially to get the swing and miss.
Strike to Dirks. He was singled and lined out to right.
You know, if you can throw a curveball on the first pitch for strike, you're going to get. Oh. The hitters aren't going to swing. They're going to freeze. They're going to be looking for anything and everything but a curveball. Like Bob Welsh, Tunkel got him downstairs. He was back in St. Louis for the tournament. Russo retired. He could throw the curveball first pitch and get a strike almost 90% of the time.
One hit foul. I would think that it makes the rest of the at bat for a pitcher just a little bit easier.
If you can get a strike, or you get a hitter who'll get fooled and swing at it and pop it up. It's really tough to hit that type of pitch unless it's a true hanger and you'll be overly aggressive to hit it within authority.
So 0-2 to Dirks. Bounce toward Barton. He's got it. He'll run to the bag, and McCarthy does a terrific job getting out of the inning. Tigers strand 2, bottom of the 5th, coming up 1-0 Athletics. Resort. Swing away for big league cash only at Cache Creek. Visit CacheCreek.com for details. Brisk sales tonight. A's gear. 1-0. The A's lead, bottom of the 5th inning. So good pitchers duel. Both pitchers working on a few jams tonight. So Barton leads it off. He'll be followed by Reddick and Gomes here in the bottom of the 5th. Barton swings at the first pitch and lofts it foul. A line out and a strikeout for Barton. Sliding up to that second spot.
Well, the original lineup and the changes that were made when Yoenis Cespedes went on the disabled list, that was dramatic. I mean, a whole bunch of, that's why you just wait till the last minute to put your lineup card.
Well, somebody said the original lineup, Suzuki was batting 9th.
He was. Cespedes hitting cleanup.
Kayahue was in there, and he was late scratch.
Keenan said he was rounding second, hit the double last night, and rounded second, and he was going to continue thinking the throw was going to the plate. And when he stopped, that's when he felt it in his right quad, right thigh, and he was hopeful to be able to play today, whether DH or play first base, which he was going to be in there considering the way he's swinging the bat. Well, this is how Yoenis Cespedes got hurt. The skipper was throwing BP as he's followed through. He, of course, walked out, dropped the bat. It was his left hand, the follow through. He felt just up from the ring finger. And Bob Melvin said, "You got to be kidding." If the most productive hitter takes one swing in batting practice and ultimately on the disabled list.
So Reddick goes around at that first pitch. Reddick a single in the first, a strikeout in the second. So the first pitch dropped down, and then that one a little elevated.
You can see how effective and efficient Rick Fister has been since the first inning, and of course it's only his third start of the season. April 7th, May 7th, and then tonight he goes again.
Fastball on the inside corner, strike 3 call. 6 strikeouts.
This is Cespedes during batting practice, but his left hand is the one that bothered him, but it's not his normal aggressive swing. Of course, he just wanted, I think this is the first day back taking batting practice on the field. But you know, one thing Ariel Prieto basically told him, he wanted to play, probably wanted to try to play through it, but the help that Ariel Prieto has been to Cespedes in the Athletics is, he said, you got to be truthful.
Yeah.
You can't try to do something just to please somebody else, and if it's going to hurt, you're only hurting yourself, you're hurting the club. You can't really produce, and take a few days, and it might just be a few days versus maybe being even longer.
Well, and even watching that swing there, I mean, you can't play in a game with a swing anything like that. So you take a little break.
You know, the one thing Kurt Suzuki had asked him, because he got hit in the hand, all you have to do is rub your right hand over your left hand, and you can feel, just use your fingers, not.
Oh, okay, okay.
Feel the small bones.
Yeah, hurts when I rub it.
You can imagine having your hand wrapped around a bat and then getting hit in that area, and he does come with a fracture.
I'm in some pain right now.
It's paining me just watching you.
Matchup for tomorrow's game, Verlander and Parker. So the reigning MVP Cy Young Verlander against very fine young pitcher Jared Parker, who is extremely high on. Looks like he's going to be a good one. So that's tomorrow. That's the final game of the series, final game of the homestand. The Tigers will head to Chicago to take on the White Sox, and that'll just be a 2-game series. Monday and Tuesday, the A's will get on the road, play in Anaheim. Next week is the week of 2-game series in Major League Baseball. I don't know this for a fact, but almost every team, and maybe every team, is playing two-game series next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, they usually have a streak or sometime during the season that occurs.
Yep.
And it's like barnstorming or like the NBA.
In and out. Yeah, that's right. So we'll be in Anaheim for 2, Texas for 2, with Thursday being a day game, and then back to the Bay Area for the games in San Francisco over the weekend. So technically a 7-game road trip coming up for the Athletics. So you're right, we will not be in Anaheim very long, and we'll be in Arlington even less.
Right.
Night game, day game, get out of there. Swing and a miss. Nice overhand curve by McCarthy. Strikeout number 7.
Well, you can strike the big guy out back-to-back times with a curveball, and Brandon McCarthy has been unbelievable tonight with this Huckle Charlie. A hard curveball. And Cabrera started his swing, and Suzuki was Tommy Malone last night, striking him out on his changeup, and now tonight he has to face the good overhand curveball from Brandon McCarthy, and that's one of the better hitters in the game, striking out back-to-back at times on the curveball.
So Prince Fielder steps in. Fielder a ground out and a fly out. He's 0 for 11 in the series. Swing and a miss. Whatever you're throwing, Mr. McCarthy, keep throwing it.
Yes.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. No. Foul tip. No, he did get it. So Suzuki picked it up, and back-to-back strikeouts, the 2 big fellas.
Elevated the fastball and then a curveball in the dirt. And Kurt Suzuki just blocked it, and I don't know if Prince looked back thinking he fouled it. I think he's just frustrated. I didn't see this many breaking balls in the National League. It's a curveball that Brandon McCarthy showing tonight.
Alvin Young has struck out twice, both times swinging. Swings at that fastball. He has not seen a lot of those. Alvin Young, one of a handful of free agents to be for the Tigers coming up.
That's a fastball up that went out fast. Alvin Young very strong because he was with the Twins, acquired by the Tigers also.
Swing and a miss, and how about that inning? McCarthy strikes out the side, all swinging. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Still 1-0 Athletics. 6th inning, it's time for the Coors Light freeze game. Coors Light Freeze Cam is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. It's the world's most refreshing beer. 1-0, bottom of the 6th inning, where the A's would love to add on a couple runs.
Yes, Brandon would like to see the A's have as great as he is pitching, and Doug Fister, though, is also pitched as well.
He's got their run in the very first inning. Weeks singled, Barton lined out, Reddick singled, Gomes singled, and that's it for the scoring so far in the game. Quickly 0-2 to Seth Smith, who has popped out and struck out looking.
The only thing that might be hurting Fister for this game and the remainder of the game is bullpen activity. Might be Dotel. Is that threw 50 pitches in the first 2 innings.
Fielder ranging to his right and way too far to his right, and the A's catch a break. It was really a routine ground ball to the second baseman. Worth was just sliding to his left a couple of steps.
Well, you see that all too often, and it's always a tougher play for a first baseman to backhand, especially with the second baseman there to make the play if the first baseman stays at home.
So it's an error on the big first baseman. So the A's have a leadoff runner aboard, and here's Inge. Inge a walk and a line out to left field. He bounces one toward Cabrera. Cabrera gets the out at second, and the throw is a little wide, but Fielder is able to keep his foot on the bag, and Inge is out. So just like that, it's a 5-4-3 double play. Fielder had a reach to his right quite a ways, but he was able to keep his foot on the bag.
Just could not get the ball past Cabrera at third base, and the guy able to keep his foot on. Of course, it pulled him off after he made the catch. Smith did a good job trying to up in the second baseman. Good call, kept his foot there.
Yep, as Diaz got it right, and here's Kurt Suzuki. Kurt had an infield single in the 4th inning. Another thing with both these pitchers, and both pitching very well, but they don't take a lot of time either. And Fister even less time than McCarthy. He's usually ready to go. So 2-1 to Kurt. A's with 5 hits of the game, Tigers with 4. So first 2 games of the series, a lot of offense, not so tonight. Chopped foul.
7 and strikeouts. The A's have struck out 7 times, the Tigers 9.
Yep.
So that's a pitcher's night. Kurt Suzuki just hit a ball off the end of the bat, and guess what he felt?
We know. Two-2 pitch, and again Suzuki hanging in there, rolls it foul.
Yeah, the A's did call up Josh Donaldson with Cespedes going on the disabled list. You have to wonder if there's a concern about Kurt Suzuki catching, because Josh Donaldson caught, was a catcher. Of course, came up this year and was playing third base, sent back to AAA. I don't know how much he caught in AAA. He's playing a lot of different positions. You just have to wonder.
There's got to be a concern.
bigger concern, except Kurt Suzuki wants to continue to play, which is not surprising. He's always been that way.
Strike 3 called. So Suzuki strikes out. 8 strikeouts for Pfister, and the pitching duel goes on. 1-0 A's after 6.
What a job he did is he got Cabrera with a curveball, and this guy, the big guy, Fielder with another curveball, and Delvin Young with a curveball. 3 strikeouts, giving him 9 on the night. 1-2, 0-2, 1-2. Curveballs working perfectly tonight for Brandon McCarthy.
9 strikeouts for McCarthy. He struck out 4 the last 5.
At the top of the 7th inning for the Tigers, number 13, Alex Avila.
So Alex Avila steps in. It'll be Avila, Bosch, Santiago. McCarthy has thrown 81 pitches so far. First pitch is a bit outside. The Angels beat the Rangers today 4-2.
Who's the starting pitcher for the Angels?
C.J. Wilson.
Who started last night for the Angels?
C.J. Wilson.
How long did he go last night?
22 pitches. So he throws 22 pitches last night, and then the rain take him out. And he started today. How about that? He did not factor in the decision, but again, the Angels beat the Rangers 4-2.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, 22 pitches. Just a little warm up.
Was it over an hour and a half rain? Was that long?
How long was that rain delay?
Hour 56?
Yeah,
so
a
that's
couple hours. Yeah, that's a long time.
And there's a certain pitching coaches will say there's a certain period of time that they'll wait, and I know there are times that a pitching coach, if there's a rain delay, every so often they'll send the pitcher to the indoor cage and throw, just kind of simulate stay loose. But after a certain period of time, they say, okay, that's it. I'm not going to go back out, because you can't keep getting up to stay loose. So that was probably what happened last night. And you see the standings this afternoon. The Rangers 10 over 500, and the Athletics right behind them at 4.5.
First pitch to Bosch. Swung on a miss. Our great stat man BI has a note. The first major leaguer in 11 seasons to start a game pitcher on consecutive games. The last one, Aaron Mayette. Oh, I remember the name. Sure. He did it for Texas back in 2002. Mayette was ejected the first game through 2 pitches, and he hit a batter, and he was thrown out. So there was something a little fishy going on there, I think.
They probably warned the managers as they took up the lineup cards, which we've seen that happen.
So he was thrown out after 2 pitches, and then he started the next day. Right field playable for Reddick, and he's got it. 2 out. Josh Hamilton hit another home run today. It was his 18th. He's played 31 games this year. He's got a .402 average with 18 homers and 41 RBI.
Ramon Santiago.
So Hamilton with now 9 homers in his last 6 games. So that's a show in itself. Josh Hamilton. Yankees beat Seattle 6-2. Hughes the winner, Noisi the loser. Remember we talked about Raul Ibanez? Another home run today.
Yeah.
Still cold.
Now Doug Fister might be finished. Saw Fister sitting in the dugout. And of course, I don't know, but his pitch count's up a little bit, over 100. I think, of course, they're concerned. I'm sure just coming back off the disabled is just a second start. A little concern there, you would think, but well, you also look at how well a guy is pitching and forget about the pitch count. He has done a great job. So has Brandon McCarthy.
Strikeout number 10. So he is dealing big time. 1-0 A's 7th inning stretch. There's a little action now moving around.
I think, or somebody was up.
Well, wherever he's at, whether he's done or going back out there, he's been sensational.
You got him at 91. 91.
Well, it's a 1-0 A's lead, bottom of the 7th inning.
McCarthy at 91 pitches, 10 strikeouts.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Phil Koch comes in. So Koch, he pitched in game 1 of this series. And it was one of those outings that he'd probably like to forget. 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 3 runs, and a walk. So the lefty takes over for Fister. Very good performance for Doug Fister, but he leaves trailing 1-0. Sogard bunts it, and it's a good one. Sogard is going to have an infield hit. That's the drag bunt, and once you get it past the pitcher, you got a pretty good chance, if you got any speed at all, of getting yourself a base hit.
And the great thing about it, he showed it the first pitch and came right back and did it the next one. And you're right, to get a left-handed pitcher falling a little bit, although Pope finished up kind of square to the plate. But Eric Sogard just did a tremendous job. That is called the old slap bunt. And he did a great job. You just start going and kind of a semi-drag slap bunt, and it was perfect. Bill Clinic can teach that.
Cowgill, a long look down to Mike Gallego.
Ryan Cook is getting loose, and you figure he's coming in the 8th inning.
Cowgill the bunt. Looked like he was trying to push it as well, but this is probably a sacrifice situation.
Yeah. Well, he's just trying to push it, and I think you're correct. I mean, if you go to bunt, he had the third baseman Cabrera charging, so ideally try to push it to the right side. Similar to runners at first and third, you try to bunt, force the third baseman to make the play. But he had the first shot. Now he can just basically get the ball down and depend on Eric Sogard to get a good jump if he does it. And
way outside.
One thing about bunting that you have to eliminate in your mind is the fear factor. Santiago squared around and got hit in the left shin. Guys who square around a lot of times just kind of turn on the side so they can get out of the way. But if you square completely around, you might take a ball in your chest if it comes in too hard and offline a little bit. But the art of bunting is an art. I mean, it's something you really have to work on to accomplish what you're setting out to do, is sacrifice yourself to move a runner.
Cabrera inching in and then stops when he realizes that Cowgill is swinging away, and he fouls it back. So 1-2 the count.
And with that swing and with that foul ball on the count of 1-2, I figure the bunt is taken off. It's up to him to swing, and hope the results are good.
Don't tell that the right-hander is warming up. Grounded in the hole, backhanded. Santiago out at second. And Cowgill is safe at first. So nice play by the shortstop.
Saturday, May 26th is Pet Adoption Day at the Coliseum. 10,000 fans will receive an A's pet calendar, and it's courtesy of Central Garden and Pet when the A's play the New York Yankees. What a weekend that's going to be. Mark off the days with your favorite A's players. For tickets, call 877-493-BALL or go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets. The Yankees are coming twice.
Red Sox are coming twice as well.
That's right.
Low as Pennington, his second at bat. Pennington came in the game for Jemiah Weeks, who twisted his left ankle coming out of the batter's box. He stayed in the game for another inning and then left. Inside Pennington, his first at bat. Left-handed. This one comes right-handed. That one's down the right field line. Fair. Headed for the corner. Cowgill digging around third. The ball rattles around. That's going to allow Cowgill to score. Pennington to third with a stand-up triple.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Slicing and right down the corner. Got a high fastball 2-0. And Brendan Bosch, it was going to probably be a triple anyway. He kept the ball from maybe allowing Pennington to have it inside the park home run. This ball got past him. Watch him dive for the ball as it rolled past him, and he's fortunate. I've seen artificial surfaces like that, and it rolls forever. He'd never caught it. But Cowgill, with his speed, able to score easily, and Cliff Pennington all the way to third himself. RBI triple.
So here's Barton.
Kauffman Stadium before they put grass in. That's an inside the park home run. Yeah, the center fielder might have caught the ball. That was a great job of hitting by Cliff Pennington.
Infield in. Barton takes inside 2-0. So Phil Cope was not very good on Thursday night, and he's scuffling again here tonight.
I know why Mike Gallego has ice on his shoulder after every game. He's hoping to do that so much. Sometimes he gets lonely down there, though, but he gets a chance to send a guy. He's doing it. One of the best right there. Infield coach, third base coach. He's good. Usually has eyes on his knees, though. They're barking, too.
So 2-0 to Derek Barton, who's 0 for 3. And now 3-0. Another left-handed hitter, Reddick, in the on-deck circle.
This is where Derek Barton, although 3-0, would probably take at least a strike, but opportunity, the infield in. That's where you want to be a hitter and be an aggressive hitter because you have the infield pulled in. Much easier to get a hit that way.
It's a fastball inside corner strike on 3-0.
Because if Barton walks, Tigers sit back, go for 2. And that's why with the infield in, this is ideal hitting situation.
3-1 pitch is hit hard. Base hit past the drawn in infield. Pennington trots in, and it's 3-0.
Waited almost like he's thinking another breaking ball and hit the fastball hard, but there's your infield drawn in. And because of that, he gets a base hit. Otherwise, it's where Santiago would normally be playing his position. But drawn in, I mean, it's so much easier that way with a ground ball hit with any sort of authority, and that's exactly what Derek Barton did on the 3-1.
So Barton gets his 4th RBI, a 2 spot for the ace here in the bottom of the 7th. This series alone, wow.
He left trailing 1-0. Did a great job, Doug Fister.
Looking at the league stats as far as relief pitching, the Tigers bullpen has the worst ERA in the American League, 4.97. That's coming in. Not doing that any good right now.
Well, you know, that might have been one of the reasons on Thursday night with a 4-run lead in the 9th inning. Valverde came in to pitch. Not a safe situation by stat, but if your bullpen's struggling, you want to make sure you get the win.
Now 3-0 to Reddick.
You know, the guy tomorrow pitching for the Tigers in the series finale is not one that takes the mound looking for bullpen help.
No.
Justin Verlander is there by himself. He figures he wants to go 9. He doesn't know what he's going to bring tomorrow, but tonight they'd like to finish this one off and win back-to-back games against the Tigers. MVP Cy Young 2011, Justin Verlander.
Reddick skies one. Cabrera and Avila coming together, and Avila makes the catch. So never an easy play in any ballpark, including this one. And Avila makes it, and that's out number 2. Jim Leland's going to the bullpen. So with the right-hander Gomes coming up, Dotel is coming in. We'll be back.
Group, LLC.
A's have scored twice here in the bottom of the 7th to take a 3-0 lead. Still batting. There's the right-hander Dotel comes in to face the right-handed hitting Johnny Gomes. So Barton at first, 2 outs. First pitch is a fastball in the first strike.
Ryan Cook has been up about 3 times this inning, as it's been an extended inning for the Athletics. Fortunately, scoring a couple of runs, but makes it a little tough for a reliever. Try to get ready, stay ready, but not too much.
Well, there's an art to getting ready as well.
Absolutely.
Remember Alan Emery used to talk about that?
Yep.
He was the master.
He was, and you know, he would tell other pitchers, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, just don't air it out. You're going to have plenty of time, because by the time the manager walks out and you get extra throws that way, you get 8 on the mound. How much do you need?"
Prince Fielder lost it for a moment. Now he goes after it, but it's about 3 rows deep. So 0-2 the count to Gomes. Another pop-up and another one that's going to reach the seats. Well, McCarthy with a couple insurance runs here. Blocked by Avila. So the count 1-2. Gomes with that RBI single in the first.
It's nice for Brendan McCarthy, because he came out of the game knowing he was coming out with a 1-0 lead, and now to add 2 on, that's excellent for him, because he has pitched well enough to deserve a win, and now it's going to take 6 outs of the bullpen to do that. It might be the strikeouts. I mean, it really didn't have one stressful inning. Other than that, it's been in command the entire game.
Outside corner, strike 3 called. A's get a couple of runs on 3 hits. 8th inning coming up. It's now the A's 3 and the Tigers nothing.
is on Friday, May 25th. The show set to the sounds of TV show theme songs and presented by Xfinity begins after the A's play the Yankees at the Coliseum. Bring the family and your picnic blankets and enjoy the show from the outfield grass. On-field capacity is limited. For tickets and information, go to OaklandAthletics.com. We figure 10,000 people that got the fleece blankets last night. They'll be out for the fireworks with those fleece blankets on the outfield grass.
Well, when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Ryan Cook comes in, one of the great stories for the A's so far this year. So Cook takes over and he faces a pinch hitter, Austin Jackson. Jackson hitting for Danny Worth. Just a bit high. "91 pitches for McCarthy, and most of them were really good. 10 strikeouts and no walks.
Got him with a cutter. It's one strikeout. Other than that, all curveballs.
Good swing by Jackson, 95 miles an hour. So the count even at 2-2. Top of the order, Don Kelly in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss, and that's a strikeout as Suzuki tags Jackson. One out. A's Baseball and Comcast Sports at California is brought to you by Ford with 3 models delivering 40 miles per gallon or better.
Number 32.
So that strikeout by Jackson, the 11th for A's pitchers. Here's Kelly, which runs outside. Kelly out of that leadoff spot, 1 for 3 tonight. He singled in the 3rd.
That was a big strikeout in the 5th inning. Runners at 2nd and 3rd and 1 out. Like I said, that was the one cut fastball of the strikeout. The rest curveballs, but that was a great pitch and a great inning for Brandon McCarthy after 2 guys got on.
Just a bit inside. That one at 96 miles an hour.
Talking about the Tigers bullpen and the struggles they have had, especially in this series, and see some of the power arms for the Athletics coming out. Ryan Cook leading the group. Good fastball, mid-90s. The A's actually have a very good bullpen. Lefties and righties coming in and throwing hard.
Well, Cook, Roberto's been very good. The veterans, Balfour, Fuentes. Three-two pitch. Driven toward left center field, but Smith is there. 2 outs.
Slicing back perfectly right into the glove of Seth Smith.
So Cook retires the first 2 hitters, and that'll bring up Dirks.
Now batting, number 12, Andy Dirks.
Dirks is 1 for 3. First pitch is low. The Orioles won again, Ray. They're playing good baseball. They beat the Rays 5-3. Baltimore is 20 2-12.
They might have, and I think we've seen that they have a type of club that can sustain that type of a record and not just fall off the face of the earth.
Well, with Texas losing, they are now tied with Texas for the best record in the American League. How about that? So are the Orioles back? A little early yet, but they are playing well. Mattis over Moore in that game. The Rays made 5 errors. And a 4-pitch walk to Dirks. So Miguel Cabrera will hit. So he'll get his first look at Ryan Cook. Cabrera struck out a couple times tonight. He's 0 for 3. Breaking ball, slider, snaps in their first drive.
Cabrera questioning that, but Kurt Suzuki, because of the left hand, watch where this pitch is, and Kurt Suzuki catches it and takes it down. Because his hand really cannot hold on to a ball, and he normally does not catch the ball that way, but because the ball ended up down towards the ground, it was a strike but across the plate. But we have seen catchers who a lot of times will take a good strike and make it seem like it is a ball. My hand just hurts thinking about it.
I bet.
You know, it's not easy to do.
Good fastball right by Cabrera.
Well, he saw very good curveballs from Brandon McCarthy, striking out twice. The big guy, and then a 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Ryan Cook. But McCarthy's curveball, especially against Cabrera, all the guys, was outstanding.
Another slider fouled off.
Well, no stride here. 2-strike approach and trying to shoot the ball to right field. He's smart enough to know, Cabrera is, that his run really doesn't mean that much. If he gets on base, then yeah, it does. Prince Field in the on-deck circle.
That one's hit to right field. Reddick going back. He's at the wall, and he's got it side retired. A runner left, bottom of the 8th coming up. 3-0 Athletics. And McCarthy, 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs. He did not walk a batter. He struck out 10. Cliff Pennington did not start this game, but had a big hit in the 7th and triple A. knocked home Cowgill. And then the next hitter was Derek Barton, and he got a base hit, and that drove home Pennington. So the A's added a pair in the 7th onto the 1 run they scored in the 1st. So it's the bottom of the 8th. 0-4-1 for Detroit, 3-8-0 for the Athletics. That's your game summary, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Dotel stays in the game. And Smith hits the first pitch he sees, hits it hard, but right at Prince Fielder. A couple of changes for the Tigers. Jackson, who pinch hit, stays in center. Kelly comes in from center to play second base, and Work is out. So with 1 out, Brandon Inge will hit. Brian Fuentes gets up. So it looks like it'll be his game to close.
Yep.
Off speed pitch in for a strike. Another breaking ball and another strike.
Dotel is always just kind of the slinging motion, drops down and slings it outside of the right-handers, and usually very effective with the pitch. There's again
another breaking ball. 3 straight breaking balls, and Inge strikes out. Ace Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Chevrolet, proud to support youth baseball in cities and towns across the country. So that's 10 strikeouts by A's hitters. So it is a night of strikeouts. 21 total.
Speaking of 10 strikeouts, we're told that for Brandon McCarthy, 3rd time in his career that he has struck out 10 batters in a game. And congratulations to Brandon on a great job tonight. But BI, great stat man that we have, came up with the note that Nolan Ryan 215 times with 10 or more strikeouts in a game, and it's the most all time. Not surprising, but the Ryan Express 215 times. Of course, he has more strikeouts than anybody in the history of the game. The thing about Ryan, all those strikeouts, and you'd hear this every time he pitched. He just scared you to death. Just as he was delivering, you hear this. Here comes a heater. This big curveball, throw it at your head. You duck down. It's a strike. Didn't want to get hit. You don't want to be a fool.
So he let everybody know that he was trying to strike you out.
Or pitch a no-hitter. He only did it 7 times. Well, Johnny Gomes didn't like being called out the last inning on a pitch, and I don't think Suzuki liked the call on a fastball that was a little bit away.
3-1 now to Kurt, who is 1 for 3. Hotel trying to have a 3-up, 3-down inning. And Kurt swings and misses. So full count. He's going to go for a little walk.
Kurt Suzuki means so much to the pitching staff. What he does behind the plate, calling the game, the work he does, and pitchers rely on him. And you just have to wonder how much it hurts him every time he swings.
So Suzuki strikes out. So 9th inning coming up. Fuentes is going to try to save it. The A's have a 3-0 lead. 3-0. The A's lead the Tigers, trying to make it 2 in a row over Detroit. 3 outs away from doing that. It's time for change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Brian Fuentes comes in. Save opportunity for the veteran left-hander. He'll face fielder Young Avila. First pitch is a fastball that's high. Fuentes got 200th career save on the last road trip. Special moment for him. Good pitch right on the outside corner. This fielder could not pull the trigger, and the count is 1-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. 12 strikeouts by A's pitcher.
All right, teased him with a fastball, but ultimately got him with a breaking pitch. The same thing Brandon McCarthy did. Got him with a curveball in the 6th inning, and big Prince fielder swing. And as Tommy Malone last night got him with a breaking pitch, and Brian Fuentes, a lefty, does it in tonight's game.
There's Delman Young. First pitch in there for a strike. Prince fielder is 0 for 13 in the series. Oh, 1 pitch. There's a shot right center field, and that's going to get down. Cowgill cuts it off, but Young digging for second, and he will have a stand-up double.
Brandon McCarthy picking up save number 200 in the throwback uniforms.
Number 13.
There it was. At Fenway Park, Brandon McCarthy, or Brandon Inge, across the diamond, and Brian Fuentes gets it. Looking for 201 now. This would be a good one to get.
So he faces the left-handed hitting Avila. Strike outside corner. Avila is 0 for 3. He's 2 for 8 in the series. In the dirt and to the backstop. So Young will move up. So runner at third now with 1 out.
We talk about the anticipation for a catcher. He knows the curveball he anticipated, but as he came up just enough, the ball scooted under his catcher's mitt. When you move to your left, a little bit harder to make sure you bury the glove into the ground. Ball in front of you, that's a little bit easier.
So Avila on the 1-1 count. High and foul. Brennan Bosch, another left-handed hitter, is in the on-deck circle.
That is a changeup sign. Wiggling with the fingers.
Floats outside.
Always like to see a lefty throwing a left-hander changeup. The 49-year-old there have been a few lefties who have thrown the changeup.
That's a fastball, and it's high. So now it's 3-2. So lefty on lefty, and the payoff pitch to Avila. Base hit foul. Right back with the fastball at 91 miles an hour.
So Jamie Moyer, the first lefty that really started throwing changeup to lefties. A lot of lefties follow that. I think even Brian Fuentes, who was with the Rockies, where Jamie Moyer is.
Long look in by Fuentes. And that pitch is lined to left. Smith back, and he reaches up, makes the catch. Delman Young will trot home and score, so it's a sacrifice fly, but it's also the second out here in the 9th inning. So give Avila his 12th RBI.
Well, Avila getting the handshakes and the fist pumps in the dugout, and the last thing he wanted to do is make an out to get a run. He wanted to get on base and be the tying run, but a good big out for Fuentes. And Brendan Bosch, who's had a very good night and swung the bat very well for the Tigers.
First pitch to Bosch, a breaking ball for a strike. So the A's trying to go 2 games over 500 if they can wrap this baby up. That one bounced. Sogar charges, flips to first, and that's the ball game. So for the second night in a row, the A's defeat the Detroit Tigers. Tonight, the final score is 3-1. So Brandon McCarthy with his 10 strikeouts, he gets his 3rd win. And Brian Fuentes picks up his 2nd save of the year. So the A's now 18-16 after the 3-1 win over the Tigers. You've been watching A's Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group. Don't go away. A's postgame live with Brody Brazil and Shooty Babbitt starts right now.